Well, okay. Let's go ahead and switch to talking about the Supergirl Flash crossover, which was the other big news of the day. We saw the first cross network superhero team up between the Flash and Supergirl. One's a very popular show. The other is a mm, uh, hasn't been renewed yet, but I guess it's kind of hanging on type of show. Um, Will, what did you guys think of the show this week? And Jamal, we'll start with you. What did you think of the show and how they handled the crossover this week?
Well, actually, I haven't. I have a confession. I've never watched Supergirl, and I've only seen a few episodes of Flash. It
Oh,
just
my friend.
I don't really have much interest in it, so I
Oh,
just
you hurt
passed.
my heart.
I just
You
passed on it.
hurt
Sorry.
hurt my heart. I can't
You
believe
know what?
that.
I'll catch it probably later. It looks good.
It looks good. It looks good. Okay, I'll take that. Uh, let's start from the well. I guess there is no positive spin. I guess the only positive spin on here is me. So we'll go to Mr. Josh Mundy. Josh? Did you watch the crossover today?
No, I was gonna watch the crossover, but I didn't want to. I didn't want to run late on getting on the show tonight, so I'm gonna catch it tomorrow.
Ugh, you guys are failing me. You guys are failing me.
You
Uh,
have
Because
failed
that
this
show has failed.
podcast.
oh, stop it, Dadakuji. What'd you think of the
Sorry,
show?
bro.
God.
All right, look, I really like The Flash. Out of all the superhero TV shows right now, that's my number one favorite. I watch it, I love it, and I was really expecting and hoping that this crossover is going to be good. Now, I don't watch the Supergirl at all. I saw the pilot, and it was okay.
Hmm.
But there was no reason for the Flash to be there because he didn't do anything. He didn't contribute to anything. They didn't explain how he got there. He was just like, oh, okay, we're gonna do a crossover just to get more viewers. More than likely, that's what it seemed like because the friggin' villains. They, gosh, I don't know if I want to talk about it too much because the people in here they haven't seen it, but it was like a waste. You know, when they did a Flash, Arrow, Green Arrow, or Arrow crossover, it actually had substance. It was a reason for him to be there. He actually helped. He weighed in. They didn't do that with this because neither one of them did anything. So I think it was just kind of a waste of an episode, to tell you the truth. They could have did so much better.
Eric, Joseph, what did you think of this show?
Yeah, I'd say it was probably a decent 7. I mean, I enjoyed it. I thought Flash and Supergirl played well off each other, and it had a lot of that good superhero as buddies quality to it. But I mean, they have been building up Siobhan Smythe over the past few episodes, so this was a natural progression. But it was funny just the convenience of the tag team match, and as I was saying before we went on air, the Flash had some apparatus on his chest, and I think it's no coincidence that this episode airs episode of the
Hmm.
Flash, in tomorrow's. But I think that's going to tie together somehow. But it wasn't. But that's my hypothesis as a Flash viewer. I mean, people only watching Supergirl might not get that, but they got him home a little easily at the end,
Yeah.
but they should have had Flash and Supergirl definitively defeat Livewire and Silver Banshee because there were Barry Allen and Win Shot are two very smart guys, and they have DEO at their disposal. They're making these earplugs to block Banshee's hypersonics, and let's put our heads together to really defeat these supervillains. And who does it? A fireman with a hose that's just happening by. I mean, it was important as showing the city regaining trust in Supergirl, but again, a hose, and not even from one of the heroes. I mean, Flash could have used a hose. I mean, it. I don't know. It was. I kind of think maybe they had to rush the script because, as you remember, well, episodes are shot well in advance because, I mean, week to week we get great visual effects on superhero shows, but these teams need time to do that. And this Flash Supergirl thing, as you remember around Thanksgiving, it was just a rumor.
Hmm.
And then even producers and cast members were shooting it down and saying, I don't even think we can legally do it. There's too much red tape. And then overnight, one day we just wake up and Flash Supergirl is happening. I think they got it to work by saying they were from alternate universes, because,
Hmm.
cross network and everything. But at least they got it to happen back. It does leave it open for more. I just don't know how the hell they'd get Green Arrow to cross over. But then again,
Weirder things have happened.
interdimensional travel may not
Yeah,
necessarily have to rely on science. I mean, Green Arrow is a guy that knows John Constantine, right? But if
exactly.
Supergirl does get canceled, again, there's that John Constantine card. Who says the
Yeah,
Supergirl can't do a guest shot on the CW one day?
exactly. Honestly, I think that may be something that will end up happening somehow, some way. I think the DC shows are really knocking it out of the park, and I think that this crossover, this one specifically, may open up the door to some kind of cross-show crisis type thing. I mean, we'll see if they manage to pull that off somehow. I think that would be an incredible thing to see. I mean, that's just me. I think it'll be something incredible to see if they were actually able to pull off some form of the crisis. Now, we won't dwell too much longer on Supergirl and the Flash. Um, do you see more crossovers of this type happening in the future? Because honestly, this show to me, I like the show. I thought Supergirl and the Flash, they had really good chemistry together. uh I mean, literally, it was, I think it was something that Supergirl kind of needed, as far as like what I think I think it could work both ways. I think it'll bring some Flash fans over to watch Supergirl, and they might,
Yeah, I mean,
they might give some cross promotion that way. And I think conversely, a lot of people from Supergirl might say, "Hey, I really like the Flash. Let me go check out his show." So they really can't lose in this kind of proposition. I think. 50 Shades
Is
Grizzly.
yes,
Don't throw no shade on Supergirl. It's a good show, man. You were
she doing?
saying?
Is Supergirl,
Supergirl has gotten better.
Yeah, it has. Jamal, you were
Yeah,
saying?
is Supergirl doing bad ratings wise? I know I haven't checked it out, but I mean, is it
Uh,
tanking?
for a
it
CBS
was
show,
beating.
I think it's doing decent. Would you say, Eric?
It was beating Gotham at the beginning of the
Uh
season,
huh.
but I have to admit, Gotham was already established, and putting these shows head to head was not a good idea on CBS's part. It's
No.
almost like they set it up for failure. I mean, it's not as bad as debuting Constantine on Friday nights, but I mean, if you want to give Supergirl a second shot, just put it on another night. I mean,
It's gonna be hard
I
putting it
think the
on
problem, the
you
Tuesday.
have to
problem
keep it.
here's the problem you run into. Warner Brothers has had all of their properties for decades. If they were smart, they would have basically produced all these things themselves and put it on a single channel that they control. I went to Panama like a couple of months ago, and they have a Warner Brothers channel, all Warner Brothers all the time. So if they were smart, they would have done the same thing with all of their shows, keep it under one roof, complete creative control, as many crossovers as you want, get it done. But they're not that smart. They don't have they apparently they don't that they have pockets that are that deep, so
Well,
whatever.
well, in the defense, Warner Brother actually does kind of own both CW and CBS. So I
Yeah,
mean, there is that. So I mean,
CW
Guess
passed
what?
on Supergirl.
Guess
I
what?
regret it.
I think
My
CW
thing is
passed on
this.
Supergirl because
My
I
thing
think it
is
was
this.
just
If you
too.
own something, you tell them what is going to happen. Period.
And
End of
I
story.
think that's how the whole Supergirl Flash thing actually even started to come about. Because I think some of the suits at CBS were like, no, let's not do this. And then the dudes at WB were like, are you crazy? You better do this. Why would you not do it? Anyway,
Gotham's
um,
Gotham's a different story because
yeah, it's
it's
on Fox.
it's Batman related,
Yeah.
and there was a bidding war for that, and Fox won.
Well, Gotham has its own set of problems in my estimation, that they kind of need to work out, and I think it works better being on the network that it's on. So let it stay where it is. So, well, ladies and gentlemen.